Hey guys, Flaming Chicken again. Last video for the day, unless something miraculous happens like another package arrives. But we did a video earlier today on economics of Pokemon cards versus standard economics of like buying silver or gold, just another asset to buy and sell and collect. Because silver and gold, in coin format and other formats are collectibles, but if you're just buying and selling for the ounces, you can do that too by watching the index on the markets for precious gold like stock, and you can buy and sell them based on the ounces that's within your collection, and just go off that very set price. The price is very set on what it's worth at that time period. But here's what I want to talk about again, getting to buying and selling Pokemon cards and whether or not you should buy new cards. And I just, some people don't know this, just they're only tracking the cards. I didn't know for a period of time that the packs go for so much. The packs go for crazy amounts more than the cards, unless you get an absolute pristine first edition Shadowless Charizard. And that's probably the whole point, besides the nostalgia of opening one of those original packs, is the chance to get that card. But it's a high-risk game, in my opinion, because to get it, you got to get the right packs, via booster packs. And that's just something I want to talk about, though. So originally, those first edition base set booster packs, 20 years ago, went for between, depending on where you got them, they can be between $4 and $7. So I just went ahead and said $6 per pack. I just looked them up, actual going bids, and this was on a 3-day bid, so it still has 3 days to go. This thing's going for $355 already. This thing here. It still has 3 days to go. I don't know if you've ever been on eBay, but 3 days out is not nearly where your high bids are at. When you're in your last 10 minutes, 5 minutes of the game, last 1 minute of the game, this is probably going to go from 355. Come with 24 hours left, it'll probably hit this number. And I got this number from things that were buy it now, for the same thing. So buy it now doesn't necessarily mean that's what it's selling for, but I saw a buy it now for $1,350, and I saw a buy it now for $3,000. I think there was some that like went crazy high, and I know 3,000 is crazy high, but I could see someone actually paying $3,000 for this first edition base set booster pack, because right now the going bid at 3 days out, actual going bid, like there's bids on the item, is $355. So that person, if they bought it back then and kept it, paid $6. They held on to it for 20 years. You're talking about an item that, like, let me see here, takes up that much space, like dimension wise, left to right, and is that thick, and that's it. And they paid $6. And if they sold it, and this is what I actually saw the bid at, of course, 3 days, still has 3 days to go. So we know lowest on these numbers, $355, easy. That's an easy price for this thing. If you paid $6 and for just one, and 20 years goes by, you're getting an extra, like, nearly $20 per year. I know it's a little bit more, but you could probably easily sell it for $400. So an easily extra $20 per year. Well, that doesn't sound like a lot. You're like, $20 per year, that isn't salary income at all. It's not my full point I'm getting at. It's the same example. If you bought one silver coin 20 years ago, you would have paid $14 for the coin. And 20 years goes by, I think the current going ounce for silver right now is like $15.50. You made $1.50 over 20 years. What I'm getting at is, what about those people who were smart enough to buy this, but bought 100 of them? Sure, they paid $600 at the time, but they made an extra, because at $20 each year, they made an extra $2,000 per year just having this thing sit. You could take 100 booster packs and throw it in a box and just seal the box away. I mean, it wouldn't be a crazy big box. You're talking like probably the size of a shoebox, maybe a little bit bigger. And there's people who bought even more than those. And there's also people who get lucky and find these things and abandoned storage things. And this is storage bins. So what we get at now is, should you buy the new booster packs that come out? Yes, right off the bat, they're cheap. They're like, I know you can find them for $4 if you're lucky and you like they're on clearance, but they're usually between $4 and $7, so about $6 it costs. If you're willing to wait 20 years, and I know it doesn't seem like it because people are collecting Pokemon and they understand that it's a value game at this point, you're still going to see an insane increase. My suggestion, my honest suggestion, if you just have money laying around, I honestly suggest, depending on how much money you have laying around, buy between 10 to 100 of the new packs. Keep them in good condition. They have to be unopened. They should probably, if you can find them. I don't know how the new packs come, but you need to find them. If they come in first edition, find first edition packs. They go for way more. If you can find special packs, do special packs. And then you need to, store them correctly, just like the cards. People want the packs in mint condition because, one, they're afraid that the cards inside may be damaged if they're not in mint condition, because if there's wear showing on the packs, and clearly the packs have been, messed with a lot, and you can bin and increase cards within a pack. I mean, I got this card in a pack, pulled it right out of the pack, brand new pack. It wasn't just like a standard pack. It was a pack that had that solid plastic around it, and yet someone still managed to create this gigantic bend in the card. So, they want to make sure their chances are low that they're not going to get a damaged card. Once again, it's going to be a 20-year waiting game, maybe longer, because people are tracking that Pokemon collectibles they increase in value over time, so there's more people hunting them down. But you also have people who give out on the hype. They stop waiting the 20-year game. 20 years is a long time. Paying $600 now may sound crazy for a 20-year return, but you have to understand, 100 packs at $355 isn't $3,500. You're talking about a 35 grand bonus 20 years down the road. Sure, money has inflation, it loses some value, but that $600 investment turned into 35 grand over 20 years with it just sitting, you're not actively doing anything. This would be like buying a stock that you paid $600 for, and now your $600 stock is worth 35 grand after 20 years. The more you buy, it's a larger risk, but the more you buy, if you bought 1,000 packs and paid $6,000, and it comes out to this much, and this is a low end number on these packs. So this will probably be your high end number on the new packs. They're not going to jump up in value because they're not going to jump up in as much value, but they are going to still increase because the packs will no longer be made. They're limited run every time. So if you bought 1,000 of them for $6,000, and let's say they don't even go for $355, let's say they go for $300 each. That's a $300,000 increase over 20 years on your $6,000 stock. Look, I know you're getting information from a guy who buys and sells Pokemon cards, but I buy and sell them to make a profit. I'm trying to show you the advantage. If you bought 1,000 pieces of silver, 1,000 ounces of silver, and let it sit for 20 years, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think a high point for silver, like a super high point, just one random like little period, is it hit like $50 per ounce. Yeah, that would be a gigantic increase for you. That'd be $50,000 if you had to wait 20 years. Versus, and on top of that, 1,000 ounces of silver is going to cost you $15,000 to $16,000. 1,000 booster packs, it's going to cost you $6,000. And you can usually buy in bulk booster packs for a little bit less, so you'll save a couple, maybe a grand or here or there. I honestly suggest it. I would do it. I have a wife who has to trust me on this, so that's the issue for me. I'm only allowed currently to buy and sell single high-end dollar Pokemon card items, but if you're willing to wait, I honestly suggest this. You'll see a nice little return. You have to keep them in good condition. You have to make sure they're unopened. You're going to want to try and find ones that are already special if you can. You're going to want to try and keep your price point at $6 per item, and you have to be willing to wait 20 years. If you move around a lot, I don't suggest this. I move around a lot. That's the other reason why I don't do this. When I finally get settled down, you bet that I'm going to do this. This is just an absolutely brilliant idea. It's not the quickest way to make money. Obviously, if you have interest return rates on certain items and you're constantly depositing money in it over 20 years, yeah, you'll end up with more than $300,000 with a correct return rate. But if you just want something that, in my opinion, $600, $6,000 is kind of getting up there depending on the individual, but $6,000 really isn't that high risk depending on your livelihood and who and what you're taking care of and how you're living. You can save up an extra 6 grand in a year almost no matter what your job is, no matter what your living situation is. I know it sounds impossible. I was a college student. Even I was saving money while in college. It was work, of course, but you can save up 6 grand for a 20-year investment to possibly be $300,000 as long as you keep everything in good condition. 1,000 packs will take up some space. You're talking like 10 shoe boxes, or if you want to make sure that they're in good condition, some things that you can seal, like some storage containers. Make sure there's some space. You don't want everything necessarily creating weight on it and pushing things down and ruining the packs. You want to do as much as you can to keep these packs in good condition. I really do truthfully think that it is a good 20-year investment. It will take time to sell them. If you buy 100 packs using any sort of, whatever your format is to sell them, even though there's several billion people in the world, it's going to take a while to convince 100 people to buy packs at $300 something. Selling 100 packs is pretty feasible. Selling 1,000 packs is a little more difficult. That is the downside to this. You're asking people 20 years from now to buy these packs at $300 each or more. You'll probably sell a few, but it's going to take more and more time, or it's going to take a long period of time. The good news is it will take less time as it goes because the pack should increase in value. And if you're willing to take a little bit of a potential loss and keep the same price, people will buy them so they can buy and sell them from you. So they might make $50 to $100 off each pack they buy from you, depending on how long the time year period is. You might be looking at a 30-year wait time, but you will sell them all. That is one variable to consider. Yes, it is a risk. The other good news, though, in my opinion, Pokemon does not show any signs of losing value. So if you pay $6 per pack, 20 years goes by, they're probably still going to be worth $6. They will not be worth any less. I guess if you account for inflation, you technically lose some money on that. But you probably will never lose your $6 because you'll probably always be able to sell the pack for $6. That's my little tidbit. I don't have a physical pack to go over. I already opened all of them in other videos. If you don't have anything you have to worry about taking care-wise, if you don't have gigantic bills, if you can keep your livelihood down, you don't move around a lot, I strongly suggest this. I know it sounds really crazy, but this is the actual going number on these from 20 years ago, and this is the actual going number. And there's still 3 days left on the bid. Trust me, look it up. Look up first edition base set booster pack. This will be one of the first things that come up. Today, I believe, is like April 26th. I know, I don't keep track of the days very well. I know it's Sunday. So it's April 26th, 2020. These things currently go for $355 with 3 days still left in the bid. I know I keep saying it. Just also, if you haven't, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe for a chance to win these. These are about $5 to $10 each in their current condition. You can see there is some wear on them. These were my coins that I used a long time ago. We're a small channel. We're trying to get big, or we're at least starting to grow, or trying to grow. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure your subscription is set to public view because I can't see who you are and let you know you won. If you aren't set to public view. So please make sure you like and subscribe, make sure you're set to public view, and we'll be giving both these away to one lucky winner. They're about $5 to $10 per piece, so it's about a $10 to $20 giveaway. They're from the original starter sets from 1999, Wizards of the Coast coins. As you can see, they've got some really good hollow foil, even though it is scratched. The design is really neat. So if you want your chance to win these, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks.